Hello and welcome. Today we are diving headfirst into the Polish language to solve a really fascinating puzzle, one that's hiding in plain sight and is the key to understanding how the whole grammar really works. And that puzzle all starts with this one simple question. Maybe you've heard it yourself. Someone's talking about a guy named Robert, but what you hear is Roberta. So is it a totally different person? A weird nickname? Nope. It's something way more interesting, and by the time we're done here, you are going to know exactly what is going on. All right, take a look at these two sentences. On the left, pretty straightforward. Robert jest tu. Robert is here. Got it. But look at the one on the right. Agnieszka zna Roberta. Agnieszka knows Robert. See that? It's the same guy, Robert, but his name literally changed. That little tweak to the ending, that's our clue. Now, before you start thinking this is some completely bizarre alien concept that's impossible to grasp, let me tell you something. You already use this exact system every single day. You're actually an expert at it in English, you just don't even think about it. I mean, just look at this. In English, you'd say, he is here, but you would never say, I know he. No way. You say, I know him. Same thing with she. She knows Robert is correct, but Robert knows she, that's just wrong. You'd say Robert knows her, see? You instinctively change the word based on the job it's doing in the sentence. And that is the exact same thing happening in Polish.
And this whole system? It has a name. It's called grammatical case. And it's really just a system for changing a word's ending to show what its job is in a sentence. Is it doing the action, or is the action being done to it? The ending tells you everything. That's the big secret.
So, while English has these little leftover pieces of the case system in words like he and him, Polish is all in. It uses the system for pretty much every noun. And it doesn't just have a couple of cases, it has 7. That's right, 7 different jobs a noun can have, and each one gets its own special ending. And here they are, all 7 jobs. Now don't panic. You do not need to memorize this chart. Just look at the logic. There's a case for the subject, another for possession, one for who receives the action, and so on. Each case basically answers a different question, like who, or with what, or to whom. Let's start with the simplest one. Case number 1, the nominative. Think of this as the hero of the sentence. It's the person or thing doing the action. It's the basic, default, dictionary form of a word. You ask, who or what is doing the verb? The answer is your nominative noun. So for example, in the sentence, kot śpi, which means the cat is sleeping. Who's sleeping? The cat. Kot. Kot is the subject, so it's in the nominative case. See? Easy enough. Okay, now let's jump ahead a bit to case number 4, the accusative. This is the one that's going to solve our original Robert mystery. The accusative case is for the direct object. That's the noun that's on the receiving end of the verb's action. So let's go back to our sentence. Agnieszka zna Roberta. Let's break it down. Who is doing the knowing? Agnieszka is. She's the subject, so her name is in the nominative. But whom does she know? Robert. He is receiving the action. He's the direct object, and that's why his name has to change into the accusative form Roberta. And there you have it. Mystery solved. It wasn't a nickname, it wasn't a different guy. It was just Robert wearing a different grammatical hat to show everyone what his job was in that sentence. That ending is like a little name tag that says, hey, the verb is happening to me. But the system does so much more. Take the genitive case, for example. This one is a real multitasker. It's often used to show possession. You can think of it like the Polish version of adding an apostrophe S. And, interestingly, it also shows up anytime you make a sentence negative. So you'd say, to jest książka Anny, which is like saying, this is the book of Anna, or just Anna's book. Her name changes to Anny to show it belongs to her. And if you say, I don't have a cat, nie mam kota, the word kot changes to kota just because it came after that negative, I don't have. And the other cases just keep filling in all the other possible roles. You use the instrumental case to say you write with a pen. Use the locative to say you're in Warsaw. And the dative case is what you use when you give something to Anna. Every single ending adds another precise layer of meaning. So right about now, you're probably thinking, okay, I get it, but why? Why go through all this trouble of changing endings on every noun? What's the point? And that is a fantastic question. The answer reveals the real genius behind this entire system. The payoff, the big reward for all this complexity is a genuine linguistic superpower. an incredibly flexible word order. Here's the deal. In English, we are locked into a very strict word order: subject, verb, object. Agnieszka knows Robert. If you flip it and say Robert knows Agnieszka, you've completely changed the meaning of the sentence. But in Polish, because those little case endings tell you who's doing what to whom, the word order can be way more free.
So let's look at our sentence one more time. Agnieszka zna Roberta. We know from the endings that Agnieszka is the subject and Robert is the object.
Now get ready for this. We can completely flip the sentence. Roberta zna Agnieszka. In English, that would mean the opposite thing, but in Polish, it means the exact same thing. Agnieszka still knows Robert. Why? Because Roberta has that special object ending, so it doesn't matter where it is in the sentence. We know the action is happening to him. The meaning is baked into the word itself, not its location. How cool is that?
So if you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this. In Polish, it's not where a word is in the sentence that matters most, it's what ending it's wearing. That little ending is its ID card, and it tells you everything you need to know. And before we wrap up, I have to show you one last case. It's my personal favorite because it's so human. It's called the vocative, and its only job is for when you're calling out to someone or addressing them directly.
So in Polish, if you want to get Anna's attention, you don't shout Anna, you call out Ano. If you're calling for your mom, you say mamo. Even when you formally address a professor, you say pane profesorze. It's a piece of grammar that is literally dedicated to making a direct personal connection with someone.
So, what started with a simple question about a name has unlocked this incredible grammatical system that gives its speakers a superpower. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If changing word endings can grant the ability to play with sentence structure like that, what other amazing abilities are just waiting to be discovered in the grammar of all the world's other languages?